my ladies and pretty gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Look What's Happening in the Spirit Realm with yours truly, Light. Today, I've got one of those heavy messages that I'm going to need you to sit back for. Because what I'm hearing is, quote, I cannot do this anymore. I believe there is this energy at this time that's beginning to realize there's a fixation that their mother or their third-party partner has with you. And this is not the story of a third-party romance, somebody got jealous, and it's not like that. This is not what this story is about. This masculine, male or female, came to you in the energy of a collector. These are people who belong to whatever organization. They have a lot of knowledge and wisdom passed on to them from their relatives, from their lineage. But the reason why they have this understanding is because they went through a rough patch, a rough period. I'm getting this very strange bond between this masculine and this feminine. Switch the roles how they see fit, but I'm getting a potent masculine and feminine energy. This feminine energy may have went through a very difficult time at one point, and whether it be near-death experience or something that really left them in a very desolate state. These two are bonded in a very strange way, especially if it's a parental figure and a son or a daughter. This masculine, male or female again, came to you in a way to collect your energy. This is someone who was driven by this third party, the maternal figure, who saw you as a collector's item. And I mentioned this briefly on the video I made yesterday, so check that out. But this was the intention behind this whole thing. This woman, or maternal figure, was supposed to be you. I'm going to explain this differently. For some of you, this is two different people, right? It's a maternal figure and a third-party karmic attached to a masculine. What I'm getting is that this is a person this masculine, who belongs to this organization, these witches or warlocks. This masculine and these feminine aren't really in a romantic relationship as you might know a romantic relationship to be. What is actually going on is they go around seeking after people with prominent destinies or people who have a energy, a charge to them, whether it is creatively, especially if it's creative and sacral. And this could even be random, like people who just look good, or people who have a lot of friends, people who have a special quirk about them. This is what these people come after. They go towards these people under the guise of being single, available, or just passing through. And what ends up happening is they're supposed to open up the person's sacral chakra or confusion, psychic energy. They're supposed to open up that person into confusion and heartbreak in order to then take that energy. And what these people do is they sleep with each other. I call this like a sex cult, an orgy type of sex cult. That's what I'm channeling today. And I've channeled this a long time ago in a video called You Sat a Whole Cult Down. And I hope YouTube recommends it. It was a year ago. And it's all coming back full circle, and I'll tell you why towards the end of this video. They then take that confused energy that you may feel, where you're opening yourself up to this person, the collector, and that energy is then taken into this orgy, into this cult, and they harness that energy and feed off the light, as I've described it in the video prior to this one. They feed off the light and continue to malnourish the soul that light was meant to feed, the soul's creativity that light was supposed to harness. What is going on at this time is whoever they attached to your essence, right? Because more likely than not, it isn't the person that came towards you that's supposed to be mimicking you or embodying your essence, because they open you up and then they take that energy, and the person who is mimicking you, that's who they sleep with. That's who they sleep with in order to create the illusion that they're actually in a bond with you. That's what's going on here. Because more likely than not, you may have refused the first interaction with this collector. You may have refused to outright sleep with them or outright be with them in any fashion. So this is a loophole. And even if you did sleep with them, even if you were intimate with them or shared any creativity or knowledge with them, that wasn't supposed to be the end of it. They were supposed to open you up, and the person that you do not know, the person that you do not see, this is a hidden hand that I'm going to describe. This mimic, this copy of your essence is a hidden hand that exists within the cult. They're supposed to watch your every move, do as you do, dress as you dress, say as you say, become what you become, so that the person who you have been exposed to goes out there and sleeps with them. This is what when I talk about proxy, that's what I mean. This is a proxy energy. And there's many kinds of proxies, which I will describe further in my grimoire that's going to be coming out. Do not know when, and I do not want to be pressured about that, but it is going to come out when the time is right. These people, the maternal figure specifically, is the one that has passed down this knowledge, this insight. She is the one that has set up the collector, whether it is a masculine daughter or a masculine male, to come towards you and to access you. This is the head shadow elder of the cult, and I've spoken about them multiple times in different videos. If you are new, I am so sorry. You're going to have to check out my blog or some of the videos that are titled Shadow Elder. If you type that in, you're going to find it. Cult, type that in, you're going to find it. What this maternal figure, Shadow Elder, does is, this is the person who fetches or kind of operates themselves or situates themselves around your energy. This is the one who reads into your energy. This is the one who has made themselves the knowledgeable one, the studier of your energy. They're the one who set the whole thing up, male or female, but it's usually a maternal figure. This person is very closely bonded with the mimic or the proxy or the person who's supposed to embody your essence. This is the person you are never supposed to see. You've never seen them, you don't know them, even if you think you know them, you do not know them. And more likely than not, the person who was supposed to collect your energy may have misdirected your sight into making you believe that they were actually with someone that they were not. That is the trick. It's supposed to leave you confused and exposed so they can effectively take that energy and go into these orgies and harness it, pretty much harness that energy that is opened up from you. What I'm hearing is this. All of that has been dissolved because you no longer have that spot for this collector energy. You don't have that opening in your heart or in your anything for this person. They're completely blocked energetically. So this is what's happening. For some of you, these people are reaching out to those around you. These could be people you work with, people you literally interact with day to day, older friends of yours that may be even reaching out to you, or random people that could just be coming towards you. Not to create paranoia here. If it's not for you, do not try to make it fit. What they're doing is they're getting closer to these people around you and letting them in the know. And how these people even end up feeling empowered is because of the orgies. They give them what a lot of people feel like they're never going to have. An exciting life, women, men, the idea that they're attracting things, the idea that they're chosen, that essence. They surround them with this delusion and they feed them this idea that if they continue to mimic you, this is what these proxies are doing. They're supposed to get close to your essence as strangers, as bystanders, enough to mimic you so they can take that energy, that copied essence of yours into the orgy. And the person who used to have access to you can now regain access to you by having sex with them or by having sex with the person they're having sex with. This is where the orgy thing comes into play. They're supposed to pass around your energy as if you are still present, as if you are still accessible. all of this is an attempt to gain proximity to your essence and feed on your light. You will not understand this if you don't understand the fact that you are powerful. Your very presence, even as you pass by, and I've said this before, and so has a spiritual teacher, I believe her name is, somebody's going to mention it in the comment section, it's slipping my mind right now. She mentioned the fact that some of you, your energy, your frequency is so potent that all you have to do is just walk outside. That's all that's required of you in this life, is to just be. That is how magnetic, that is how light encoded your energy is. And being around you, you might take it for granted because it is who you are. But being around you and in that pure essence, the energies that you magnetize, the shift that takes place, you might believe this is just your life, right? This is just what you experience. But the people around you, they're easily corruptible because they do not experience this. Because a lot of them have muddied their energies. They have made agreements to this matrix, to this shadow world, without even considering it. That is how you may be just interacting with someone and they don't even know the fact that they're hungry to judge you. They're hungry to grab a hold of something. And they're unconsciously doing this, mind you. They're not even consciously doing it. They're so deeply unconscious in the way they're operating that they don't even know that they're looking for something to hate about you. And that's where these people come in. This is where the evil spirit conversation comes in. And so when these proxies are around you, I am telling you to protect your energy, not to be afraid, but to, if you feel off about them, protect your energy. Because they're an unclean spirit, and you're going to feel it coming off from the top of their head. What's the saying? The fish rots from the top of the head or something? It's going to come from the top of their head, where they've just muddied their essence. You're going to feel it, and they're going to switch up on you. They're going to try to play games. They're going to try to talk to you in a strange way. This is what ascension looks like. These are the energies that come into your vicinity, and I've made a blog about this. Please check it out, description box down below. But I'm not going to digress. Back to the beginning of the sentence when I said, I've been hearing, I cannot do this anymore. And this is why this is happening. Whoever these people are, they're getting sick off the energy they cannot consume. I've had visions about these people clearing the ritual table and vomiting bile. These are people who are going through either liver issues, heart issues, breakdown spiritually. They're unable to digest your energy. And for a lot of you, it's because you've gone through a different frequency. You've literally entered a different portal where they can't consume anything without first consuming their own shadow. Beyond everything, this feminine, the one who's supposed to absorb and ingest your energy, male or female, it does not matter. It's an feminine energy. It's supposed to absorb and receive your energy. This person is beginning to lose it. This is what I've called a dummy. For some of you, I've mentioned this energy as a literal dummy. A literal dummy. For some of you, it's a clone. For others of you, this is someone who doesn't have an identity of their own. This is someone who has been fed delusions by past partners of yours or by just the person that I've called the cult leader, the one who goes out there searching for these unique souls with quirks so that they can continue to feast on their essence by sending out these hands to do their dirty work. And understand this, their job is not just to find the likes of you, it's also to keep those in the circle under control. And this includes the mimic or the proxy that is usually picked to embody certain essences in order so that they can be slept with, and the essence that they can't otherwise grab or manipulate directly can be siphoned and fed on within the cult. These people do this for fame, for fortune, for a good life. They do this for spiritual perks. This is what they do. So this feminine is unable to complete the transference of your energy. So the team and the handlers aren't able to live off of your grace. That's what's going on at this time. And a lot of you may have experienced people who are trying to echo possess you or trying to step into your body, where you could feel like you're either laughing or smelling something new on you, or you're just talking a certain way that doesn't really sound like you, or you're even unable to speak, or your gestures and movements feel like a past person that you know, or you can't quite recognize it. Even other signs, you might feel like you have a close relationship to someone that you don't even remember, that you don't even know. These are signs that you are beginning to awaken your energetic body that they have tried to embed within their framework, because they can't do it to you directly. So these people, this specifically, this mimic, this proxy, is unable to complete the transference. So at this point, all this person is a cum dumpster. I am so sorry to be like vulgar. That's literally all this person is at this point, because there is no magic behind the ritual that they're creating. The charge behind it has been unplugged. So this masculine who came to you as a friend, male or female, or as even a lover, this is the person who was supposed to open you up, your mind or your sacral or your heart, something. They were supposed to open you up. This person is now beginning to self-consume. I've said this before, and I've mentioned that this is the person who is specifically haunted by an entity that they may have unleashed on you in the cult, because this is the person who was supposed to be the front man or the front woman to this operation of ritually binding you. What is happening with this person is they're trying to, since they've already been attached to the entity that they've unleashed, they're trying to transfer their role onto those who are now close to you. These proxies that I mentioned, people that you know day to day, that you could work with, people who have weaknesses. This person, the collector, is trying to transfer their role onto these people and play a tandem role. So now the kind of energies that are attracted to you or being sent towards you are dual energies. They're supposed to do two functions at once. One of it is that of a collector, and the other one is that of a mimic. So that person, the proxy, can be used as a 1 and 2-in-1 type of projection, a 2-in-1 projection, when the ritual orgies are being held under your name, mind you. What this means is the maternal figure, possibly the one who sent out this friend or this person, this demon that you were dealing with, is now beginning to feel shifty, because the ritual isn't quite directly sourced to her or him, the elder, the shadow elder. It isn't directly sourced to them. The power is being divvied up. It's divvied up into two tiny little pieces, to the point where this person is beginning to either rot or die, because they have extended their life longer than it should have ever been. That's what I'm hearing. They've extended their life a lot longer than they should have been. This person should have been dead from some type of disease or disorder a long time ago. But they have been feasting on energies of people with such bright stars. That's what's going on at this time. And so when you reject these proxies, even the bits and tiny pieces of power that could go into this person, into this cult, is literally null and void. Null and void. The recent proxy, some of you, the recent proxy that have been used, what they're supposed to do is, in these orgies, they're supposed to be thinking about you. They're supposed to be either embodying your essence, pretending to be you. This is all happening in the astral and energetic plane. So your energetic body it's not like, how do I explain it? It's not solid. It's mutating. It's constantly mutating, and it operates with a certain code, and it comes coded to you. But What these people have tried to do is copy, by looking at you, by studying you, copy some of the energetic prints that you have and convince themselves, right? Manifest destiny style, convince themselves that they are in fact your energetic body, that they are you. So when they are in these orgies, they're pretending to be you. This proxy that I spoke about, that's supposed to play a dual role, is supposed to be you and also the collector. That's what's going on. So these people, I'm going to finish this video soon because I feel like it's too much coming through for me right now. These people, these proxies, what is going on is that they're beginning to split as people because they're hosting both an entity and a fraudulent identity that they're trying to steal or mimic. And those two energies are beginning to fight within them. Literally, they're beginning to fight within them. And the more you've claimed territory of who you are, the more spirit has begun to see you as exactly who you are, as separate from these energies. The collateral that is taking place is monumental. And some of these people, these proxies, are going to pretend as if nothing has ever happened. They're going to pretend like they didn't try to look you square in the face and stab you in the back. They're going to pretend like they didn't have orgies behind your back in your name. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to finish this video soon. I'm going to leave you with this. All of these things are being blocked at this time. And I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen next. I can only share with you what is in the energy right now. And perhaps any prophecies that I've been shown in my dreams or in a vision. But what I do know is we've come to a head. We've come to a head where a lot of these things, and I've told you, certain people are beginning to lose their ranks. And they're beginning to step forward willingly. And this may not be directly. They may not be coming to you, 2233 as I looked up, coming to you to speak to you directly. But the one thing that they're not allowed to do is pretend like nothing happened. The amount of consequences, not just ritual backfiring, but quite literal fresh consequences from the divine that are coming to these people, I don't know what to even say, because what I do know is that the maternal figure, the one that has been picking and choosing who sets out into the world in order to manifest whatever they need into their life, into their cult, is beginning to either die or wither, and the person that was selected isn't really in power anymore. The power source has shifted, and it has fragmented so much that there is no organization. That's what I need you to understand. They don't have any organization. They don't. They're literally operating. They're flying from the seat of their pants. And that's why the energy is so fragmented that I can't even quite literally give you a linear play-by-play. It's coming in like drops of rain. I'm going to leave you with this. Until next time. As usual, I don't reach out. Those are scammers. Everything you need to know, and I do recommend, if you feel called to this video, to check out the blogs and all of them. Check out the blogs, the videos that I mentioned to you in this video. Check those out as well. Until next time, everyone. Ciao.